Look at the weather.
It's beautiful here.
Non-stop rain.
Oh, man, it is a blazer out there.
It's cold and it's shivery.
It is cold.
Really coming down here.
I really enjoy your weather reports.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, we're talking weather in a whole new way. From historical events to what's coming up, plus weather news, science, safety, fun facts, and more.
I like where this is going.
This is Weather Weekly. Weather Weekly with Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey.
It is episode 266. I'm Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey from Wish TV in Indianapolis, Indiana. Good to be with you, and welcome to the month of March and meteorological spring. Started kind of feeling like it a little bit last week, at least for a few days. And we're going to feel and look the part a lot here coming up this week. We've got a lot of everything coming our way here as we open up the first full week of March, headlined by some snow accumulation early and the potential for some really heavy rain coming our way over the next several days with a big warm-up as well. Maybe even some strong to severe thunderstorms. So buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. It is episode 266. It is also the week ahead for March 2nd, 2026. All that and much more. You're listening to Weather Weekly. It is the week ahead for March 2nd, 2026. Let's go ahead and dive in. We'll start with Monday, which will be kind of our last bout of winter, at least for a few days. Not completely killing it off yet, but this will be the coldest day, and it does come with some wintry precipitation early in the morning. I do think some accumulation, maybe highest totals, up to 2 inches of snowfall south of I-70, basically from a Crawfordsville to Newcastle line on the north end, and then down to Vincennes to Salem on the south end. That's going to be your best chance for seeing as high as 2 inches of snow. Most areas in that area should get at least a half an inch. All right. This isn't going to be a crippling snow or anything like that, but I do think it could be disruptive. Also happening during the overnight hours into early Monday morning. Slushy, really heavy, wet snow for anything that does accumulate. And that could slow down the morning drive, and there might be a few school delays. So just an early heads up. I know some of you may not listen to this podcast until it's already done. But we pull this out here at midnight on Monday morning. So those of you that do listen early in Monday, that's where we're at. All right. So that's going to be kind of the Monday system. I think it moves out pretty quickly. And we do dry out for the second half of your Monday, okay? Might get a little bit of a mix thrown in there. I'm not overly concerned with ice in terms of like freezing rain, but there might be some sleet mixing in, maybe some rain too. All right, so once this system moves out on Monday, we'll be cloudy, high temperatures into the low 40s, which is just slightly below average, not far behind, so we're not in bad shape, okay? All right, so now we start moving and looking toward a significant warm-up as we go through the next several days. All right. We'll have some chances of showers, I think, Monday night. Temperature should stay above freezing, so it'll just be a cold rain. So whatever snow does accumulate is going to get washed away pretty quickly. Overnight lows will be in the upper 30s. All right. Now, warmer, wetter pattern over the next several days. By Tuesday already, because we're going to have multiple different systems coming our way over the next several days. First coming in on Tuesday, scattered showers. There's some hints we might have a rumble of thunder or so. Highs into the mid and upper 50s. Shower chances also continuing into Tuesday night. Overnight lows into the lower 50s. Wednesday then, we're going to carry over that rain with scattered showers. Highs will be in the mid-60s, so you're kind of seeing the theme here. After a warm front kind of moves through, it is getting significantly warmer. Rain chances continue Wednesday night. Now, I should say, and this will apply to the back half of the week, this doesn't mean it's going to rain every second of every day, but we're going to have several opportunities during these daytime hours. Tuesday, and even at night, Tuesday night, Wednesday as well, Wednesday night, and then likely going to the end of the week as well. All right. So Wednesday's highs in the mid 60s. Wednesday night, Rain is likely mid-50s. Thursday, I see it right now, probably the best chance for widespread, longer duration, heavier precipitation. Okay? Meaning I do think you'll have a lot of hours that are going to be soggy, potentially, on Thursday. Okay? High temperatures will be in the mid-60s. There's also some signs that there could be some thunder involved there. Rain chances are continuing Thursday night. Overnight lows into the mid-50s. And I do think rain is likely on Friday. However, a little bit more broken. It's going to be real warm with highs around 70 and overnight lows into the mid-50s. The overall pattern is going to stay mild. We may cool it back a little bit for the weekend with rain likely on Saturday. High temperatures will be into the mid-60s. Now, again, I do think you're going to probably be dealing with some heavy bouts of rain. There are some signs that there could be some stronger storms, although there's not glaring signs that we're talking, severe weather outbreaks type of stuff. But I think, as early as, Thursday could have some stronger storms, although I think the bullseye is probably going to be in the Central Plains. Friday, also a chance for severe weather as well, kind of lower end. And those are really the 2 days that I would be watching for, Thursday and Friday, okay? So we'll keep a careful eye on that for the end of the week. And at this point, this far out, it would be all modes of severe weather in play. In terms of the rainfall, this is going to be the bigger concern. 7-day outputs easily puts us 3 to 4 inches, and that is statewide. And there could be some locally higher amounts of rainfall with that. All right. So I will say, and we'll talk about the drought monitor here shortly, but if this is not, as long as this isn't coming down all in one fell swoop, this shouldn't put us in too much trouble with flooding. And this will be beneficial because we are technically still running dry. Okay. And that's going to take us through basically the end of next weekend. The long range pattern here, like I said, stays mild. Friday is going to be our peak when we get highs in the low 70s. We fall back to the 60s for the weekend next weekend. And I think we're going to hold into the 60s at least early next week for the 9th and 10th. And then we may see the numbers kind of trail back a little bit closer to average, which for mid-March, so this would be like the 11th and 12th, so like a week and a half from now, 50s, upper 40s potentially, and that's where we should be for mid-March. So it does look like we'll get back to average a little bit by the middle of the month, but nice, long, mild stretch. It comes at a cost with numerous rain chances. We're probably not going to get a lot of all day long dry weather type of thing. All right. So be ready. Make sure your storm drains are clear in your neighborhood from leaves or any debris or anything like that. That will certainly help the cause of not getting any street flooding or anything like that going on around your neighborhood. So you can do your part and help out just a little bit. Just kind of take a quick glance when you maybe grab the mail or something like that. All right. We will talk recap of the month of February. We technically now have flipped into meteorological spring, so we'll look at the winter that was in central Indiana. We'll do the 8 to 14 day outlook. We'll talk drought monitor, a whole lot more. It's all coming up next here on Weather Weekly. All right, let's look at some stats here. We did wrap up the month of February, obviously, and with that, now March 1st, in the weather world, in the meteorological world, we are now officially in spring. I know the calendar, we don't do that until the equinox, which is on the 21st, but to keep records nice and clean, we do it by 3-month increments. So December, January, and February are our winter months. So we close the season as below average. Temperature-wise, 30.6 was our average temperature, and that ranks as 70th coldest out of 155 years. So kind of in the top half, but not super significant. It is the second year in a row that we actually had a below average temperature winter. We did it last year as well, after several years of above average. You'd have to go back to 2020, 2021, where we were just slightly colder by about a tenth. Okay. Snowfall, 24.6 for the winter. Now, our official number is higher because technically we got snow in November. If you guys remember, right after Thanksgiving, we ended up getting snow. So that part of the total does not count for the, obviously, December, January, February. We'll talk more about the snow season total in a little bit. But 24.6 is what we received. Bulk of that coming in January, obviously with our big system. It is the snowiest winter we have had since the 2013-2014 winter, which is the snowiest on record, that 3-month stretch. It does rank us now. Let's see. I'm looking at the stats. It does put us in the top half. It puts us a lot closer to average. It's the 30th snowiest winter on record. So there you go. Those of you that always ask, where have our winters been? It was back this year. And technically, we're not done yet. I mean, we typically still get a little bit of snow in March, and it's not unheard of to actually receive snow in April, too. We've gone as late as May with measurable snow. Sure hope that isn't the case this year. Let's look at the March statistics here. We average around 3.69 inches of liquid, of precip, whether it be rain or snow. We do average 3.2 inches of snowfall. Technically, we average more snow in March than we do in November. This will be the last month that we average over an inch of snowfall. Once we get to April, it's 0.2, and then May through September, we don't average any snow at all. So we're getting there, all right? We're seeing a light at the end of the tunnel. So there's some good news. Okay, so that is the winter for you here. We'll have kind of deeper analysis as we get closer to the end of snow season on the final totals of everything, okay, that took place. Now, let's talk drought before I get to the extended outlook. The new update didn't have many changes that came down on Thursday. Again, the northern third of the state, minus right along the state line of Michigan. But the northern third of the state still considered in an extreme drought. That kind of stretches down almost to the northern metro area where we have some severe drought conditions. In the metro, like parts of Indianapolis, we're still abnormally dry. It's not technically in a drought. It's kind of like a watch. However, now with the rain that we're forecasting, many of those areas that are at least not in the extreme drought per se, but that are in the moderate drought, severe drought areas and abnormally dry, likely we'll see that drought eliminated, maybe not by this next update on Thursday, but probably by the following week. Because these forecasts are done on Tuesday, but not released to the public until Thursday. But we're going to have rain almost every day this week. So my guess is by the following Tuesday, that you're going to see a lot of that drought eliminated. The exception is where we're in extreme drought. The forecast says that drought will remain, but it improves. So we may see it downgraded a little bit. All right. And that's what you want to see. You just want to get some improvement here as we're getting closer and closer to the growing season. Okay. 8 to 14 day outlook. This would be for March 8th through the 14th. Strong signals for above average temperatures. Also in that same time frame, strong signals for above average precipitation. The updated March outlook, the entire month, again, above average temperatures and above average precipitation as well. And this week could go a long way. If we're getting 3 to 5 inches of rainfall, we potentially could receive our monthly average in 1 week. So no doubt we're going to probably see above average rainfall for the month of March. All right. So get ready. Here we go. Spring season in full force. Good idea also to think about. We will have severe weather preparedness week coming up soon. that it is going to be severe weather season before you know it. May have some chances later this week, and it's just the beginning of, we know, several more opportunities that will be coming our way, so make sure you have a plan. Talk to your kiddos about where they need to go, both at home and at school, and make sure you have some ways to get warnings with weather radios and apps to make sure you're getting alerted during the severe weather season. Love to have you around here, and always love to hear your feedback. Shoot me an email anytime, marcus.bailey@wishtv.com. I'm also on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok as well. You can get my forecast on TV Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. on Wish TV's Daybreak. That is Channel 8 locally in Central Indiana, and our website, wishtv.com, and click the live stream button. You can also get our forecast 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at wishtv.com/weather and our free Storm Track 8 weather app. While you're here, make sure to check out all the other great podcasts, all part of the All Indiana Podcast Network. Have a wonderful week. We'll talk to you soon, and God bless.
Discover more from Storm Track 8 Weather and Wish TV. Online at wishtv.com, and when you follow Wish TV on Facebook. Plus, be sure to check out more great podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.